Okay, let's look at how to use the effective interest method. This is a method that's preferred by GAAP. This basically says, okay, I sold this bond, or I set this bond up at 11. It's going to yield 12. I want to use this yield to amortize off that discount. The bond, I believe this is problem 1410 in the book, so if you want to read it, you can maybe follow along like that. They told us what it would yield, or what it would sell for, which was $48,197 and some odd cents. So that becomes the book value of my bond right here. It's a $50,000 bond, so it's obviously being sold at a discount. Now, if we were to do a straight line amortization, we would take $50,000 and deduct the $48,197 from it, and then I forget how long the note is for. Then we would divide it by the years out, and that would give us our yearly amortization. We're going to do this a little bit differently because we're going to use the effective yield rate, which is this 12% right here. And before you can do your entries, you literally have to set up and do a table like this so that you can keep track of the entries, which is really nice because each year then you can come to the table and just do your entries. This is going to be paid, the interest is paid annually, so it's once a year. And of course, you know, you've got it set up, so when we record this thing, I have to record it at 50,000 because that's the face. I have to make each annual payment of 55,000 because that's the way the contract or the indentured bond has been set up. What we have to do in the meantime, because it's at a discount, is we're going to change the interest expense debit by using the amortized discount here. The way all of this is figured is B, okay? Let's just kind of look at this. So B, or A, is 50,000 times 11%. That's this column here. So you have your interest payment. Now B, which is the interest expense, this is going to be our debit. This is taking into account that discount that we have hanging out here, is going to be 12% times the previous year's book value of the bond. So if I take 12% times this 48,197, I come up with a interest expense debit of 5783. Now that's a whole lot different than this 5500. So what is the difference? I'm going to take 5783. I'm going to subtract 55 from it. That's going to give me the credit for my discount. So the way that plays out, let's go down here. Here is to record the bond at 50. Here is to record how much cash I got, and this is the discount, the difference between 50,000 and the 48,197. First interest payment. I come down where I know I've got to pay out the 55 cash. But instead of using the straight line amortization, I come back up to my table with the calculation of 12% of the 48,000. I find out my interest expense debit is going to be 57,831. That goes here. The difference then is the credit to my bond, my discount on my bond. So this pretty well lays it out. If you do an entire table like this, each year you'll come and make the entries according to the table. As I said, GAAP prefers this. Now, amazingly, sometimes your straight line and your effective interest method will be very close, in which case GAAP says, or GAAP practices say you can use either one as long as they're close. This it looks complicated, but it's not as bad as. In fact, I think I prefer this method because you already have this all laid out for you for the entire spread of the bond. So that will wrap up our bond accounting. Thank you.